Okay. Oh, hi, Tria. Um, okay, so when I had my hand surgery, last year in January, I know I had a walk-in. It opened up the galactic stuff. And so through the galactic stuff, hi Sarah. And through the galactic stuff, it just opened up the body work. And so the body work is where most, not all, but most spiritual modalities leave out. I mean, we can say Reiki works on the body. Sure, we send frequencies into the body, but does the body actually hold the frequencies? And so through all of this, well, it's really been for the past couple years. It's been, you know, how do we not fry ourselves? How do we work on the body? And then one by one, I was watching people get sick, the animals get sick, the grounding ways not working, all of it just not working, which led into the body stuff. So for some people, they're hitting the nervous system first. When I say they, I mean, spirit above guides, they're going at it from the nervous system. For me, they introduced the Christ consciousness frequency and the monadic drip. And so, really, we're going to be talking about, and I have my notes. Are you in an embodiment process and not know it? And just about everybody that I've sat with is, and people don't know what they're doing. So the embodiment process isn't a process that is like, okay, so don't connect above, don't connect to, whatever you're already connecting with. It's asking you to pause to clear enough shit out of your body so you can hold what you're working with and what you're tapping into. So you can be that light and hold that light, which is honestly what we're all failing at, me included. And so I want you to go ahead and just place one hand over the heart and one hand over the lower belly. We're not fixing anything. I just want you to notice your breath. This isn't about giving you another healing technique. Your body knows what it's doing all of the time. So take a nice shorter inhale, longer exhale. We're just bringing all of our energy into this container, bringing any fragmentation outside of you back into your center, back into your core. And the only thing I want you to say out loud or in your head is just simply, I'm here, I'm safe in the present moment. And as you say, I'm safe in the present moment, we're going to go ahead and bring in into safety frequencies, going down, nowhere in particular. For some of you, it's coming up, almost bubbling around the feet, allowing you to feel safe, like as a human on your human path. And so with the embodiment, it's not another activation. It's not about becoming anybody else. This is something that I have been living, and this is something that I have been witnessing in just about everybody. The position of the hand on the chest and one below the navel is the embodiment position. It does bring you into the body, into your core. If you are comfortable with your hands there, please leave them. And if not, just put them next to you somewhere comfortable or maybe on your lap. But during this whole process, since it began, like I really got into it in December after my foot surgery, a couple months in, everything just opened and the Christ consciousness started flowing. And since then, what I have really been hearing from everybody, people I work with, people I don't work with, including myself, like even the kids in the house, I don't feel like myself. I'm exhausted. I'm emotional without a reason, without a cause, without a story. The things that used to work aren't working. That is what I've really noticed about myself is even before this, when I was doing the galactic nervous system, that was when I really started to notice that the ways that worked for us before weren't doing anything. If the old ways aren't doing anything, then we're in the middle of something completely new. And so what I want to suggest, or just kind of crack that perception a little bit, is that what if nothing's wrong? It doesn't feel good, but what if nothing is wrong? Because I'm going to tell you, through my foot surgery and my hand surgery, the healing part of that fucking sucked. As it healed, it did not feel good. And so, what if, again, nothing's wrong? What if you're changing? What if you're shifting? What if your body, your energy is rearranging? Like, what if you are in the embodiment process and you don't know it? And so, let's go into what an embodiment process actually is. So, this is not coming from religion. This is not coming from any of that. So, most people recognize healing. They recognize the higher energies. They recognize an awakening, right? They recognize a dark night of the soul. I hate that term. Most people recognize personal growth, but very, very few people recognize embodiment. Embodiment does not usually feel spiritual. That's what trips people up. This embodiment process doesn't feel spiritual. It feels like you're cut off from just about everything. It feels like you are alone, that nobody else is going through anything that you're going through. And you may have, a friend or two that is having similar experiences, but not the same ones, because we don't all have the same wounding from the past life and this life. So none of this looks the same for anyone. So everybody's just kind of floating along, feeling lost and alone. And that's not the case. We're not alone. The embodiment, it feels physical. So again, not spiritual, it feels physical. It feels emotional. It feels very emotional without a story. You might just cry. You might just get waves of anger. You might feel grief. I mean, you could feel anything without it actually having a story. It feels human, and as spiritual people, we're used to reaching up for that activation. And through this embodiment, it's very human. It's human because we are shifting, we are healing, softening, releasing, whatever word you want to use, the human holding pattern that has prevented you from truly living from the frequency that you call in, that you touch, that I call in Yeshua all the time, and I could feel the energy right there. How much of that am I holding? Well, I'm holding a shit ton more than I was, because I can feel it through my body. Reiki came in the other day during a session and a live, and it felt so different that I even questioned it was Reiki for a minute. And I'm like, Caitlin, pull in Reiki. What does it feel like? Because it was, I mean, it was so different. And it's because of the holding patterns that I have allowed to leave my energy. Awakening expands awareness. Embodiment asks the body to catch up. So you know that the frequencies travel so much quicker than the body. The body never has enough time to catch up. And so through this embodiment, a lot of times your gifts are going to get muted. You're going to not want to meditate. You're going to want to seclude yourself because you're allowing the body to catch up to everything that you keep pulling in and pushing into it. You know, a lot of us have spent years learning and growing, taking classes, receiving insights, understanding ourselves. But then something happens. The awareness starts to expand well past the capacity that the body and the nervous system can hold. In the sanctuary, I talked a lot about capacity. Your capacity in the nervous system is what allows you to hold a certain amount of money, a certain amount of health, of love, of connection. Your gifts start to open. It's pretty a it's a phenomenal thing once you let go of those holding patterns, what happens within your energy. Like even your posture changes. Everything changes. So the awareness expands beyond what the body knows how to hold. The mind understands, but the body is still learning. The nervous system is still learning. The nervous system learns after the body because the nervous system was the first thing to learn these holding patterns before the body. And that's where many people find themselves. So you might be more emotional, more tired, less tolerant of things you used to tolerate, questioning old priorities, questioning old identities, feeling disconnected from things that once motivated you, feeling caught between who you've been and who you're becoming. For the love of God, my example of this is, you know, I don't watch a lot of TV. We don't anymore. But at night, I like to watch TV, you know, to wind down. And I'll tell you that I cannot make a decision. And I love Supernatural. You guys think that's what I would go to. Me making any decision to put on anything on TV stresses me out so bad that my sternum tightens. Like it's ridiculous. But that's like one of the things. It's who you've been and who you're becoming. It plays out in everything in your life. You might not have the same friends that you did. Everything changes. And then feeling like your body is speaking louder. So feeling pains that you've never experienced. Waking up and having your body feel very relaxed, except for maybe one or two spots that are louder than they've ever been in your life. Because that's what needs healed next. That is the holding pattern. The nervous system is like, hey, pay attention to me. And most people are taking medicine or wrapping it and not actually seeing it for what it is. People think I need to fix this. But instead of trying to fix it, what if the body was trying to communicate with you? One of the biggest things that I've learned through my surgeries and the past couple of years is that awareness and ascension alone are not enough. They're just not. They feel great. It's like we plug ourselves in and then it leaves the body. And where's the real healing? And so what I've learned and been practicing is with the Reiki and the color mirrors and all that, applying it more to the body, using it in the body. So those activations stay within the body. Expanded consciousness must become survivable inside the body. Like your brain knows you're worthy, but the body still braces. You can know that you're safe and your nervous system's still waiting for something to go wrong. You can know you're supported and still feel the need to carry absolutely everything yourself. I think we all fit in that category. The body is often the last place that the healing lands. So it doesn't mean that you failed. It means the body's asking to be included. And so I wanted to share a few things that I use personally, and I use them a lot. They're anchors. They're not magical. They work beautifully, though. I think they're magical. It's only because the body feels included. And so we are going to do a healing, but before we get into that, I want you to do the heart and the belly position. So like one maybe right on the belly button, maybe one slightly below. This position, it creates more of a connection between the mind, the body, the soul, and the emotions. And so what I want you to say out louder in your head, shorter inhale, longer exhale. It's just, I am here. These are the basic ones that I started with right when I got into the embodiment to help my body feel safe. The next one is you're just going to be giving yourself a hug. You can do under the arms or on top of the arms, whatever is most comfortable for you. And all you're going to say is, I'm safe in this present moment. Longer exhale. And on the exhale, sink down into where you're laying or sitting and allow the furniture to fully support your body. And we're going to bring in a layer of safety with this, just flowing downward. And so there's no polite way for me to say this. So we're going to put our hands right under our breast, right on that rib cage. Still hands kind of crossed over. And I want you to feel your breath. And on the next breath, I want you to widen it like under the armpits. That's going to get bigger. And then the chest is going to get wider. And then very gentle, slow, long exhale. And what I want you to say is, I don't have to hold everything. And allow the truth and the words of that to sink down into the body. And then I want you to allow the palms to rest on your thighs. And we're going to focus on the support beneath you again. when you focus on being held by the furniture, it's kind of a trick that allows the body to feel comfort, to feel held, that we may or may not have gotten as a child, as a baby. So feel that just that energy holding you. We're going to bring in divine love and divine just divine nurture, divine nurturing. Okay. Down into the body, around the body, up from below, up through the feet, in through the sides, down into wherever it needs to go, through the brain, through the holding patterns in the face. Divinely held wherever you need it most. And all I want you to say is, I am supported through my expansion. Support meets me while I stay present. Longer on the exhale. Stay with this. Every exhale, you're going to sink down deeper. Too many people are trying to heal while bracing and trying to receive while still holding everything together. If there's not enough room in your energy, you're not going to be able to receive anything. And so I want you to take another breath, and we're going to do this a couple ways. Take a breath, and we're just going to widen the rib cage outward, out into the arms. Soften the belly and relax. And the chest softens last. Breathe into the back. Breathe into the receiving side. And the same thing, allow the belly to soften, and then the back of the body. We're going to bring in that mint green into this energy along with an emerald green, just to help create a little more space. And now you're going to breathe into the front of the chest, softening the belly. And again, stay in this space. We are not pushing harder. It is not about figuring out. This is what we were taught. This is what we learned. And the more effort we put into making decisions and figuring it out, the more we stay out of our body. The more that we have to work harder, the more we have to perform. All of that depletes our energy, and we were never told that it does that. And that's exactly what I have been going through. And the body wants to participate. It wants to listen. It wants presence. And I don't think that's just me. I think that's everybody. I think this is a collective thing. And while people keep thinking they're broken, it's not because you're broken. It's because we are changing. And so we're not trying to push through it. We're not trying to spiritually bypass it. We're not meditating harder. The body is asking for another answer, and the only thing it's asking for is your attention. It's asking to be included. So I want you to go ahead and get comfortable and take a nice, gentle breath, sink into where you're at. This is not more information, it's an experience. Embodiment isn't something that we think or intend our way in. This is a natural process that happens for when you are ready. It's something we learn to feel. It's something we learn to accept. Acceptance with this instead of fighting it. And so let's take a breath together. Shorter on the inhale, longer on the exhale. And take another nice slow breath. And this time it's whatever feels right for you. And I just want you to notice and bring your awareness just to all of your energetic parts. So notice the body. Okay, so when I notice the body, I feel several different energetic frequencies flowing in it. So whatever you're getting, trust. If one part is louder, it's because it needs your attention. Notice your breath. And as you're noticing, we're not judging, we're not fixing. This is nothing to fix. This is just an observation. And notice how you feel. Because this whole thing is not about fixing you. It's not about you being broken. It's not about tapping into anything and rearranging it so you feel better. It's about offering a different way, a different possibility. And it might not feel like the easiest way when you're in the middle of it. But when you start to feel those frequencies as they really are without the distortion, no matter what it felt like going through this process, it is totally worth it. The inner peace that comes very quickly when something bad happens that feels bad, that bounce back time, again, totally worth it. What if your body is simply learning how to hold more of who you truly are? Awareness is important, healing is important, growth is important. I mean, God knows all of it's important. I've been teaching this for years. But we left the body out. And so that is embodiment. And so what I want you to do is go ahead and take a nice, gentle breath, keeping your hands wherever you feel that they are the most comfortable. And the first thing that we're going to do is bring in that divine feminine that is coming in multiple color rays. Almost like you are in the middle of the sun, and instead of the rays shining outward, the rays are shining inward. So take a breath. Just going to go into this a little deeper. The joy has been left out. That is what I'm hearing. And so take a nice gentle breath and allow the happiness, the optimism, the possibilities into every part of your being. It's not coming down through the crown. There's enough room in the physical body for the physical body to hold this now. Take a breath, breathe it in. As this is coming in, I want you to go to the bottom of the solar plexus, maybe right above the belly button and the spine. And as this joy frequency fills the body, all of your energy, all of your focus is going into this energy, into the stillness in the spine. Feel it coming up all around you, from the feet up. Any place that you have been feeling resistance to your own healing, that's where this is going in. We don't need to know. We don't need to judge. Just take a nice, gentle breath and allow it to go wherever it needs to go. And through the energy of this, we're just going to keep going deeper down into your energy through the stillness in the spine. There are light codes all around you. They are the light codes that you brought into this. So instead of going outside of yourself, you're tapping into everything within. And through this, we're just going to tap in to the Lemurian water. And so it feels like you're in water, in this womb energy, in this stillness, this blackness that you've accessed through the spine, through the body. And feel that unconditional love and joy start coming up. The Lemurians fell, they dissipated because they couldn't hold the seals. That is an entirely different topic. But feel how light and love and acceptance. And so as you're feeling this through your own physical body, rays of this energy, of this acceptance, of this love, really just this compassion is coming up through the spine. Take a breath and allow it to go into the places in this timeline that you have had either the hardest experiences or you are just too fucking judgmental on yourself. Take a breath, allow this frequency to fill all parts of your being, filling up the heart container, your womb space, the solar plexus. Allow your greatness to start to shine through. And going a little deeper into this, the energy is changing. And we are going into the spark of life before you were here. But it is underneath of you. It is also what holds you to the earth. Again, no activations coming down. You are standing in this magnificent field of white and cream and tan and gold. And with the breath, allow the parts that your energy, your body needs to remember coming upward. It's already in your energy. They want you to stop reaching up for it. Allow what's already here, what you brought with you, to recharge, resource, nourish, and shift your body. And take a nice gentle breath and feel your spark coming up. It's going all the way up to the bottom of the sternum. And that monadic fluid, that spark light that started this embodiment process, is meeting it down the back, right in the middle of the spine. Take a deep breath and allow that to start spreading where it needs to spread to make more room underneath your holding patterns so you can embody and hold more of this light. And take a nice gentle breath and bring your awareness to all of your body. Feel how everything is working together. The mind is not in charge. The emotions are not in charge. The body is not in charge. I'm going to say the nervous system is in charge, and it is allowing the frequency of coherence to flow through all parts of the body, from the head down the arms to the fingers, down the legs to the toes. Now take a breath and feel these frequencies moving down and gently back up. You are not bringing anything else in. You are not pushing anything else out. You are the light. The breath is the movement. It's the flow. And so what I would like to do now is just focus again on the body, on the legs, with your hands on either like the lower abdomen or the tops of the thighs. Just gently push down. We're going to do a short inhale, longer exhale. On the exhale, it's I'm here. I'm safe in this present moment. Start to push your legs down into the furniture if your feet are not on the floor. If your feet are on the floor, it's 2 to 3 seconds, micro pushing down. Do this together for a moment. Open your eyes while you do this and start to look around the room just a little bit. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. You might want to stretch and get a drink. And whenever you're ready, at the pace that's right for you, go ahead and slowly, fully come back and open your eyes. Stop.